Welcome, whether it be in present time, in future time that you are watching this, I welcome you. And today I am welcoming you into another part of my self-care routine. I'm here in Self-Care with Sheila. And I just love to share things that I know have worked for me to help my body, mind, and spirit become integrated into how the natural processes work and what will optimize the body to its most natural processes. And today I share about structured water. And you're like, oh, what is structured water? And structured water is something that is really in resonance with the natural flow of water within our Earth's vibration. If you go and you go sit by a lake that is right by a volcano, especially, there are these deposits called shungite, and it's these little teeny tiny black stones. And I have some of them in my water container up there, and that is usually the first ingredient. And it's one of the most natural purifiers of water that you can take. I usually allow water from a tap source. It doesn't matter what tap source it is. I know that this water can purify it into its most natural state without any of the impurities that are added into tap water that my body really doesn't agree with. I like to be a vessel and receive divine instructions, and in order to be that, I have to try to live in the most pure state that I can. I don't succeed at it. I would say I'm probably at about 80% right now. Sometimes I'm at like 60, humanity is hard sometimes. So I try to add these things in and how they incorporate and benefit into life. And royal shungite is one of the most purifying minerals that you can get on this earth. Other ones are orbicular. Jasper will also purify water. Chrysoprase will also purify water, and also copper helps purify water, and cobalt actually works as what I like to call a generator to help amplify all the different energies of this. If you go and you put things into cobalt glass, it will amplify whatever is in the properties of things that are conducive to piezoelectricity. And other things that work with that are amethyst and other various kinds of quartz family-related items really work together well with cobalt. I sometimes will add that in with the formula to make this structured water. Now, what's really cool about structured water is when you pour it out, it becomes this natural Fibonacci sequence, which if you look into the Fibonacci sequence, is something that is found almost worldwide and everything. Also related to, there's a good book called The Golden Ratio that I would suggest reading about the Fibonacci sequence and how it is incorporated into everyday things. I love knowledge about all these different kinds of things. So I'm going to go and I'm going to show you a little demonstration right now about the differences. I have two different glasses of water, like 2 different glasses there ready to pour the water. Typically, I drink out of the other cobalt glass, and I have other cobalt glasses around here. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you how to assure that it is cobalt that you are looking at, and that it is real cobalt, and that you're not just getting some blue tinted glass that's pretty. So I'll start out with showing you what water straight from the tap looks like when it is poured out. You notice there's not really anything to it. It just comes out free-form on its own into little droplets. And I'm definitely not drinking from that glass. Hi, little fly. Goodbye, little fly. Now this one, if you pay attention very closely, it comes out in that nice Fibonacci, really straight, narrow design. It aerates into the glass, forms little bubbles that, if when you look at them, they're all very molecular in shape. If you notice in the glass, there's the differences between the glass and how it's come out. This one is all very still cloudy, still looks like it has impurities in it, and this one is just all nice and full body. See? Now some people report to me when they drink this that it feels fuller to them, that they feel like they're consuming more water and that and stuff like that. Other people have reported that they feel lighter. Other people, if say maybe they have toxins in their body, it will begin a toxin elimination process within your body. So I highly recommend, if you're going through any kind of things that have this, that you have somebody who is trained and knowledgeable and understands body processes to help guide you through this. If you would like to consult with me, there's always a no-cost obligation discovery call that we can go through to see if this is something that is useful for your body and how to go through those procedures and what recommendations I may have for you during those times. I love, you know, like my last name, Love. I love to see people heal. It's like one of my number one passions, and dancing. When all else fails, just dance. It'll be okay. That's my second motto, you know, and, you know, just, I love healing. And I love healing so much because I understand the benefits of it. I've gone through several major medical conditions myself and have been on the brink of death, and somehow in these moments this wisdom comes through to go and search out for the knowledge for these things to help, you know, get it through, to transmute for the collective. And that's what I enjoy doing most, is finding this healing knowledge. I discovered structured water when I had a stage 4 glioblastoma brain cancer, and the doctors had told me I was going to die in like 3 to 6 months, and I was like, nah. I'm like, nah, there's answers out there, and I don't believe that. And I started a journey to refuse their medicine, and I decided that I was going to go after the natural stuff that was here, and did a lot of research to find out where the natural things lied up, because my little spidey sense whispered in the back of my head and said, no, you're going to use this and you're going to teach other people how to do it. So I'm just following through on orders right now. This stuff is still scary to me, but I'm so glad that you are here now or in future time. And I am really pleased that I got to share this presentation with you. So I have a list for you that you should get, and I will post it into the discussion a little bit later of verifiable links that I have for Royal Shungite. If you already have some of your own, that's great. There are 3 different kinds of Shungite in the world that are produced. It is the Royal Shungite that purifies the water the most. It adds to the structuring of it. If you would, like I said earlier, if you would go by a stream that, has like a waterfall where the shungite is, you wouldn't even need like any kind of thing added to it, and you could do that. There's a place up in Olympia, Washington, that has a source, and Mount Rainier also has a source of shungite by the top of the caldera up there from ancient years ago. So that's a great source of it, and I suggest trying to obtain that one. Like I said, I will post a link a little bit later. So what I like to do is I like to get the water from the tap, and then I put a sprinkle of salt in it, because that also helps with purification and making the water nice and pure. And then I add the Royal Shungite in the bottom of a cobalt glass. And the way you can tell cobalt is real cobalt is that you go and you hold it up into the light, and it will have an indigo hue to it. It will cast off this bluish, purplish hue when you hold it up into sunlight or up into the light. And it will also, when you ping on the side of it with your finger, it will make a crystal sound. If it's just blue glass, it will not make a ringing sound. And I'll show you what that is like here real quick. Oh, by the way. So good. So good. So good. It will sound like that. It's such a beautiful sound, too. You'll actually find, if you go inside of speakers, there's actually cobalt in a lot of speaker systems. That's how great cobalt is. There's so many things that cobalt is used for. But I prefer drinking out of it. I mean, I like the speakers too, because, just dance, it'll be okay. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I look forward to serving you next week when we have a great another topic to talk about here soon. Many blessings and peace be with you. Bye.